A mount, a camera, a telescope, a guiding solution, and a way to control it all. This is what the astrophotographer would consider the absolute essentials for an astro imaging rig. However, an accessory that has been making progress towards making this list is the electronic autofocuser, thanks in part to ZWO. So today we're excited to take a look into their newest editions of this incredible line of autofocusers and make the case as to why now is the perfect time to add one of these EAFs to your essential astrophotography build. I'm Tegan with HighPoint. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned as we introduce to you the brand new EAFN and EAF Pro by ZWO. ZWO has just refreshed its incredible line of EAFs with the EAFN and the EAF Pro. These models take the core EAF functionality and refine it for a more modern, convenient, and enhanced take on that experience. This new generation of EAFs continues to bring all of the quality of life features to its users, but if you are immersed in the ZWO ecosystem of cameras and accessories, then the EAF Pro is especially going to continue this trend of simplification. But we'll touch on that more here in a moment. Now, if you're not familiar with the EAF, this belongs into the category of what we would call the bracket-style electronic autofocuser because of the way that it mounts to your telescope. Basically, this takes the place of one of your focus knobs, allowing you to then move your focuser from a computer or Wi-Fi camera control device. This not only allows you to be more precise and operate your system remotely, but it gives you access to some of the incredible automation features built into these modern imaging softwares. These software allow you to autofocus and compensate for temperature changes as well as filter changes. This means you no longer have to set alarms in the middle of the night. Just set up your focus routine in advance and wake up to some nice, sharp, perfectly focused astro photos. This functionality has been considered nice to have, but as remote imaging systems are becoming more accessible and astrophotography imaging systems more advanced, the EAF is becoming more of a staple than ever before. So with that, let's take a look at what's new with the latest generation of EAFs. These new focus companions share a number of updates on the EAF design. First is the switch from USB Type-B to USB Type-C, which is a welcome change as its correct orientation-free design makes setting up in low light that much easier. This port also follows in the EAF 5-volt footsteps, providing both power and data. Both models gain a bit more precision with a 1:128 gear reduction ratio compared to the 1:120 of the previous model, and now featuring what ZWO calls micron-level precision focusing. Finally, these models come in slightly lighter, with the EAF Pro reducing its overall weight by almost 7% and the EAFN shedding about 22% compared to the EAF 5-volt. This all adds up to a pair of sleeker and more modern electronic autofocusers to continue the excellent EAF line. One of the key features that ZWO did not change with these new models is the design. Both models feature very similar dimensions to the prior model and offer compatibility with the same bracket. This is one of those things that we are happy to see stick around, as most telescopes on the market are compatible with the EAF 5-volt. And to add to that, if you already have an EAF, simply remove the EAF, keep the bracket installed, and add the new EAF Pro or EAFN. Now, with the smaller 4mm output shaft, you may want to swap the coupling as well. However, ZWO has confirmed that with the specialty brackets for Takahashi telescopes and Celestron C8 through C14, this may not be necessary, as they all use the 5mm output shafts. Now, where the EAFN is an iteration to the already tried and true electronic autofocuser, the EAF Pro is an escalation, bringing you two new features to this EAF line. One change that is immediately apparent is the addition of manual adjustment buttons on the housing itself. This is especially helpful, as typically you lose focus control through that focus knob once you install the EAF, but these buttons are now a perfect feature if you just want to make a quick adjustment. The main standout with the EAF Pro, though, is its wireless functionality. With a Bluetooth module and built-in battery, you can use this with the ZWO Air camera completely wirelessly. No power cable and no data cable. This will make setup incredibly easy and completely cable-free. ZWO states that you can use the EAF Pro in this configuration over 7 consecutive 8-hour nights while autofocusing twice an hour. That is over 100 total focus adjustments, which we think will satisfy even the most intense imaging situations. If you do decide to get an EAF Pro, let us know in the comments how much coverage you're seeing with that built-in battery and if it's working for your unique imaging setup and conditions. Whether you're taking the first steps into adding automation and remote control capabilities to your imaging setup or taking that first dive into ZWO's cord-cutting philosophy, we think that you'll find what you're looking for with the EAFN and the EAF Pro. Again, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, and look forward to our reviews on both of these coming soon. I'm Tegan with High Point. Thanks so much, and clear skies.